This takes place during Class 1A senior year, when everyone is 18. Deku coughed a couple of times as he walked to homeroom, his hand going up to his throat. Am I getting a cold? No, that's not possible, only an idiot gets a cold in summer. He shook his head before walking into the room, frowning a bit as he went to take a drink from his sports bottle. Oh hey Deku, did you hear? Huh? Hear what? Apparently Uraraka is dating someone. Deku started to choke on his drink, coughing as he took in what she said. Wait, what? Excuse me. You heard right, she's dating some guy, we saw them walking down the street together. That's not. No, there's no way. Deku was interrupted as the whole room started to spin, stumbling as he caught himself on the wall. He let out a groan, coughing a few times as everyone looked at him concernedly. Whoa dude, you don't look so good. You should go home kind of face. I'll get him back home. I'll let sensei know of your manliness. Try not to get sick yourself, Gyro will make you pay. And I'm not going to be cleaning whatever mess you make. Yeah, I'll be careful. Deku and Kaminari left then, despite Deku's insistence that he was fine enough to stay. A few minutes later Uraraka entered the room, a confused expression on her face when she didn't see Deku. Hey, where's Deku? Oh, he went home after finding out you started dating someone else. What? She's just messing with you. He's actually pretty sick right now, so Kaminari's taking him home now. Wait, he's sick? Yeah, really sick. Looked like he was about to pass out. He didn't look good at all kind of face. Tell sensei I had to go home for a family emergency. And with that, Uraraka was gone. And Uraraka has left the building. When do you think she'll confess to Deku finally? At this rate, probably next year. She's really taking forever. These are actually tears of sadness for how long she is taking. I don't know. Floaty will confess when she's good and ready, and then we'll see if Deku's ready. Bakugo. Wait, does this mean you've given up on Deku? No, it just means that if those two fall apart and Floaty breaks his heart, I'll be there to pick up the pieces. They could only sit there in stunned silence, unsure whether they should be impressed or concerned, or both. Wait, so you're not gonna check on him since he's sick? The nerds what? Meanwhile at Deku's house Kaminari had already left Deku in bed to start recovering. Once he had left though, Uraraka just stood outside working up the courage to go inside to him. Soon enough, she worked up the courage to go inside with the cold medicine she got. Uraraka knocked at Deku's bedroom door, going in once he said she could enter. Deku? I heard you were really sick so I picked up some cold medicine, do you have a fever? Uraraka. Yes I do, it was 99.5 degrees Fahrenheit. Deku coughed a couple times as Uraraka frowned at him, placing a hand on her hip. Well I brought you some cough drops, cough syrup, and some cold medicine. Oh, well. Thank you Uraraka. Deku was a bit confused yet glad that Uraraka was here, taking a cough drop and sucking on it. They spent the next couple hours talking, with Deku occasionally falling into delirious moments from his fever but nothing really bad. Uraraka let out a sigh of relief as he closed his eyes after having his temperature checked. Well your fever has gone down, so I'm heading out. I called your mom and let her know you're sick, school knows as well. She started to get up then, before pausing and turning to Deku. Also, I'm in love with you Deku. Have been for a while now actually. There are drinks and food in the fridge, remember to stay hydrated and eat something later. If you need anything, just call or text me and I'll be here immediately. She left the room then, and a minute later after the shock went away Deku sat right up in bed. What? What did she just say? I'm so shocked my fever is practically gone now. Why'd she tell me that she loves me in the middle of all that? Did she know I was awake when she said that? Proceeds to hide his face in his blankets from the thought of it all. He lifted his head after a few moments, thinking before gulping a bit. I don't get it, was Kaminari right after all this time? Did I just imagine it? I have to know for sure. But I don't know if I want to make her say it again. Do I pretend I didn't hear her say it? And just stay like this for a little while longer? The next day, Deku chose to take a sick day, wanting to avoid asking Uraraka about her confession for as long as he could. Deku just didn't know how to face her after that. Inko was a bit concerned about him staying home as she headed out for some errands, but she let it slide since this was his final year at UA. She was on the way home from those errands when she saw Uraraka walking down the other side of the road on the sidewalk. There was nothing unusual about that, except for the fact that she was leaning on a guy as she walked. Inko made a mental note of that before heading home with some groceries, contemplating it. "I'm home, Izuku." Deku made his way to the kitchen to greet her, instantly going for the bag full of cold goods that he knew would have that delicious sweet treat, yogurt. "Welcome back, Mom. How are you feeling?" "I'm feeling a lot better today, like I could take on Tomura all over again." "Well, I'm glad to hear it. You know, while I was out doing errands I saw one of your classmates. I think it was Uraraka, the girl who makes things float right." "Oh, yeah, that's her. How'd she look?" "Well, she was walking with a guy actually." Deku paused in his search for yogurt, blinking a couple times before whirling around to face his mother. Wait, what now?" Inko went into the cold bag as he stood there in shock, humming as she picked out 2 yogurt containers. She was with a guy, just walking down the street. "Mind if I have this citrus yogurt? It has these little crunchy balls of flavor that I love." "You can have that one, I don't really like crunchy stuff in my yogurt." "Wait, hold on, back up, what guy?" "Oh, I don't know, he's muscular with black hair, pale skin, and blazing blue eyes. And he had on a different uniform than the ones you normally wear. He looked kind of handsome actually." Deku's mind began to whirl then, his brain spiraling out of control. This means that it's a thought. Different uniform equals some high school hot guy and I'm in love with you walking with her equals she's cheating. She cheating on me? She's totally cheating on me, isn't she? He paused then, blinking a couple of times before shaking his head. "I'm overreacting, they're probably just childhood friends." "Did they look like friends? What were they talking about?" "Well, she was hanging off his arm actually." Deku had taken the vanilla yogurt and was about to take a bite when she said that, only for the yogurt to fall onto the floor with a splat. "Woo, don't make a mess." She was hanging off his arm. Why? Is stupid, I should just ask her what's going on. He rushed off to grab his phone from his room, pausing once he had it. He just didn't know what to say, didn't know how to approach the situation as he looked down at the phone. Deku ended up putting it away and burying his face into his knees while sitting on his bed. The next day he arrived on time for class, sneaking in and looking around carefully. "Oh hey Deku, you're cold gone now? SHHHHHH, keep your voice down please." Okay, sorry. Deku's never been like this, it's kind of concerning. Just like you should be sorry for not subscribing, or at least, hit the like button if you like this. Where's Uraraka? She's here, she was really worried about you Deku. She's sitting over by the window, you should go sit. Deku looked surprised momentarily, before turning around and sitting on the opposite side of the room from Uraraka. She was busy talking to Toru about some homework that Toru was struggling with, so she didn't notice Deku at all. "Alright class, everyone find a seat please." A few classes later. "Wait, Deku's here. I didn't see him in homeroom." "He was here for first period, but he seemed really on edge. Kind of seemed like he didn't want to talk to you even." "Did something happen between you two?" "No, nothing really happened." "Oh crap, we have to go to the next class now, Uraraka." "Go on without me, I'll catch up." Uraraka left the classroom, heading to the lockers to hopefully find Deku at his. As luck would have it, he was swapping out some of his notebooks. "Deku, there you are, I've been looking for you. I wanted to talk to you about." "Sorry, gotta head home early today. My mom needed some help with some stuff and I'm still not feeling well, so bye." "Were you awake?" Deku froze at that, stopping mid-step as Uraraka asked that. "The other day, you were awake right?" "I said it because I knew you were awake, I wanted you to hear it so." Deku turned around then to face her, a brave look on his face. Who is he? Huh? The guy you were walking with yesterday. Uraraka blinked a few times before frowning, a thinking look on her face. Tell me my MOM had the wrong girl. Oh, you mean Jessie? Deku had a horrified expression on his face. Jessie, huh? Yeah, he goes to the Tokyo Private Hero School. I've never heard you call a guy by his first name. And you were hanging off of him in public. Huh? He must be really smart and strong if he's going to the Tokyo Hero School. Deku? You've got it all wrong. Oh yeah? Because it sure looks to me that after you said you loved me you just started showing interest in another guy. Wait, you've got it all wrong, Jessie isn't. Deku threw his notebooks down on the ground, slapping against the concrete. Uraraka winced at the sound, a bit shocked as Deku turned and started to run away. But Jessie is my cousin. And all while this went down, Mina was standing off to the side listening to the whole thing. Back at Deku's house, I threw notebooks at her feet. Deku began spiraling then, thinking about how everyone would react and think he was crazy. No, they wouldn't react like that. I think. Hey Izuku. Huh? You can have the citrus yogurt again. Uraraka is here. Deku froze at that, panic beginning to set in. Tell her I'm not here, tell her. Hello. Should I leave? Please stay. As they start to get settled in, their phones start going off with a song beginning to play. Uraraka, this is for cheating on Deku. Mina, if you even dare think about trying to lyric prank me about something that isn't even true, I will spill your deepest, darkest, most sacred secret to everyone here. I did not cheat on Deku, and this isn't any of your business. Shutting up now kind of face. So, Deku. I'm sorry. For throwing my notebooks at your feet. Twice. Oh, it's okay. It wasn't your So about Jessie. Who is he? He's my boyfriend. I'm kidding, he's my cousin. The look on Deku's face was horrifying and shall not be described here. Sorry, Kaminari suggested I say that as a joke to lighten the mood. And you listened to him of all people kind of face. Yeah, it wasn't that good of an idea, anyways. He and I were training since he knows more about my quirk than most. But then I landed wrong and twisted my ankle, and I'd used my quirk so much that day. I see. I am sorry again for jumping to conclusions. It's fine, you're fine. Here, your notebooks since you forgot them. She passed him his notebooks, which Deku bashfully took. Thank you. I was awake. Uraraka blinked and looked at him again, pausing for a moment. I heard what you said. Oh, I mean I said it because I knew you were awake, so yeah. I wasn't expecting a response or anything. I was kind of scared to hear how you'd respond, honestly. Sorry for just saying that and running. Uraraka. The door opens then, and standing behind them is Deku's father. To be continued. Thank you all so much for watching this extra long video. It has been a major task to get it done and we're so sorry it took so long. We should be back for the most part to making videos, though we're not sure just how much we'll be able to do each week. If you enjoyed this, feel free to hit the like button, subscribe, and comment down below your ideas for Deku's father here, because we have no idea what to do for a sequel. This is also another Horimiya inspired video. Anyways though, thank you all for watching and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye for now.